Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast. We're calling a spade a spade. Caitlin Clark continues to rise above all else. Folks, a wise man once said, I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I am having a fantastic day. I woke up feeling extra good this morning, not only because the venue opens again tonight, grab your coffee, grab your adult beverages, but because overnight we come to the conclusion that the Indiana Fever, thanks to a stat padding effort from Angel Reese, thanks to a tank job from Teresa Weatherspoon and the Chicago Sky, the Dream lost, the Chicago Sky lost, and for the first time in 8 years, folks, the Indiana Fever are headed back to the WNBA playoff from going 13-27 last year, starting off this season 2-10. Oh, how the tables have turned. Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, AB, Nalissa Smith, Temi, Christy Sides. Where is Lexi? Folks, we are headed to the playoffs, and I would hate to see these three women right here. I would hate to have to go head-to-head on Whole Island shout-out. I would hate to do that. But what else is going on, folks? What else is going on? We have ratings in. We have the ratings in. Now, the first time the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever matched up, we saw 1.5 million average viewers on ESPN with a 2.1 million peak. Second time, the number was much bigger than that. Why? Well, it was on free TV. Easy as day. That's why. 2.25 million views, nearly peaking at 3 million viewers the second time these two teams matched up. And this past Friday was the conclusion. This past Friday was the conclusion of the Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky. The last game, the last time these two teams see each other this year, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, head-to-head on Channel 3. Folks, it did 1.6 million viewers on Ion. 1.6 million viewers. It seems when you have Caitlin Clark, things just always go well on national TV. Caitlin Clark is the catalyst that drive the WNBA viewership numbers through the roof. Last time we saw this team break a record on Ion, it was against the Phoenix Mercury at 1.34. Now with Caitlin Clark, with the addition of Angel Reese, these two, when they go head-to-head, it's even more must-see. The casuals are even more out. They remember the college days. They remember You Can't See Me. They remember all of that. And on Channel 3, we saw some more of them come out and support in a big, big way. Folks, this 1.6 million view number on Ion goes head-to-head with college football. Temple versus Oklahoma. I pulled these numbers this morning. Just missing. Matching 1.65 million viewers watching Temple versus Oklahoma on ESPN. And then it definitely doubled what they saw on the Big Ten Network between Florida Atlantic and Mississippi State. Caitlin Clark continues to be box office, continues to be must-see TV. I've been waiting for a few days. I waited all morning to see if the Dallas Wings Indiana Fever ratings from this Sunday night, if those populated. Folks, I have not seen those numbers yet, but if I do, I will definitely throw them in during tonight's recap after the game. After the game. Folks, what else are we talking about? Prior to the season, the most seven-figure audiences in a single season was 15. And not a single game has seen 1 million views since 2008. And that all changed this year. Clark has been the driving force behind the viewership success this season, as her Fever squad has played in 18 of the 21 games to cross the 1 million viewer threshold. Among 3 of those exceptions, 1 had a direct Caitlin Clark Indiana Fever lead-in, and that was against the Los Angeles Sparks, Las Vegas Aces, Cameron Brink's WNBA debut following Caitlin Clark on Ion. Huge Huge, huge numbers for the WNBA, especially on college football's first week of the season. Temple, Oklahoma, folks, this is Oklahoma's first game of the season. And what did Caitlin Clark do? 1.6 million views. Indiana's blowout win, which peaked with 1.9 million viewers, delivered the 10th largest WNBA audience this season. It was the 21st game to average at least 21 million viewers, 22 if we're including the draft, further extending an all-time record. Folks, take a look at that number right there. 1.92 million viewers peaked on Channel 3. On Channel 3, on ION Network. Raise your hand if you've watched ION before this year. Raise your hand if you knew ION had sports on it before this year. Please, let me know in the comments section below. Folks, Caitlin Clark is the bar. Caitlin Clark is the bar. Since August 15th, the WNBA YouTube account has uploaded 44 full game highlights. Total views for 38 games without Caitlin Clark, 1.38 million. 6 games just about Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, eclipsing 2 million. There's no question about who is the face of the WNBA. There is no question about who is the face of the WNBA at all, folks. Just take a look at that. Mercury Fever highlights, nearly 500,000 views, while these other games are barely pulling out 30, 40, 50,000 each time the WNBA YouTube channel posts it. Like I was saying, Caitlin Clark is must-see TV, and I had somebody on Twitter reach out to me. Shout out to you, Takers_Minion. You guys might know him in the venue as Yankee Tango. Yankee, salute to you. What was the box office information that I was fed? I had a guest who checked in tonight in the motel I work at, and we got to talking about the WNBA and Caitlin Clark. He said he had seen a couple of games on television, but that was it. He then told me he was headed to Indianapolis tomorrow morning. Yankee told him the Fever were home tomorrow and he should look on SeatGeek to see if he could find a ticket for the game. Later, he called down from his room. Him and 3 of his friends are going to be there tomorrow night. So Yankee Tango, salute to you. Yes, you did hook another Caitlin Clark fan. Somebody who maybe fell to the wayside. Hey, she's back in action. The monster has awoken. The beast incarnate is here. Caitlin Clark has arrived. If you're going through Indianapolis, please make it a point to watch Caitlin Clark and this Indiana Fever team play basketball. Folks, since the break, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed with the level of basketball that this Indiana Fever team is playing. From Caitlin Clark to Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall, this team is playing some great basketball so far, and I would hate to see them in the playoffs. We are in the venue tonight. Indiana Fever versus Los Angeles Sparks. And folks, some people might be a little bit confused where to watch this game at. Is it on League Pass? Well, that's what the WNBA is telling us on Twitter, right? Watch on CBS Sports Network, but you can also catch it on League Pass. And then we're seeing that you can catch it both on CBS Sports Network or watch it in League Pass. Then you go to the WNBA website and it says, watch on CBS Sports Network. This game won't be available live on WNBA League Pass because it's being broadcasted nationally. So where is this game taking place? Is it on CBS? Is it on WNBA League Pass? I guess we will all find out together at 7 o'clock. Folks, Charles Barkley had a word to say about the WNBA. He had a word to say about how poorly this whole entire Caitlin Clark situation is being run. Let's take a listen to see what Goofball Barkley has to say.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried. People believe what we say on television. Just because people don't like you or your personality, they can't get on TV and slander you. It's just total bullshit. This girl is incredible. The number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness, you say to yourself, damn, what is going on here? And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. But these ladies who I love and respect their game, they couldn't have this thing up any worse. There's been so much negativity, and a lot of it is just petty jealousness. These ladies, and I'm
Petty jealousness, negativity, couldn't have messed this up anymore. Folks, you don't gotta like her, but you don't need to lie on her. This is the person, like Nancy Lieberman said, that's going to bring this to the next level. That's going to showcase the talent of all the other bricklayers in the league. Without Caitlin Clark, we don't know Kennedy Carter's a beast. Crazy, but a beast. Without Caitlin Clark, we don't realize Enrique, when she gets hot, she's freaking on the biggest heater in the world. We don't know that without Caitlin Clark. I don't know that without Caitlin Clark. Nafisa Collier, I had no idea how much Nafisa Collier was a baller until this year. I had no idea. I knew Brianna Stewart was good. I didn't know she was this good. Elbow behind that good until Caitlin Clark. So when the shine brights is bright enough, when the light shines bright enough, it will shine on everybody. Don't dim her stardom, because it will dim all of your stardoms as well. The more people try to take away from Caitlin Clark, downplay Caitlin Clark, she's not this, she's not that, it does nothing but leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth and say, well, why do I want to be here? Why do I want to be here if you're continuously just going to downplay and downplay and downplay and downplay? Which leads me to our next thing. The Indiana Fever president, Allison Barber, is stepping down. Allison Barber announced today she is stepping down from her role as president of the Indiana Fever at the end of the season. Barber, who has had this position since 2019, will help lead the development of the Marvels Project, a new effort to empower girls and women in Indiana through sports. Now, a lot of people are asking, what is the significance of this? Why is this happening? And most importantly, why is this happening now? Why is she stepping down now? Now that Caitlin Clark is here. Now that she's gotten her feet under her. Now that the Indiana Fever are in the playoffs. Why do you step down when your star is just hitting their stride? Caitlin Clark hasn't even touched her peak yet, so why is the president stepping down? Is it Herb Simon saying, it's time to clean house here? Out with the old, in with the new. Are they getting ready to make a power move higher in the offseason to fill this role and literally change management within the Indiana Fever front office? That's a possibility. But as I'm sitting here and thinking about it, and I've talked about this multiple times, Adam Silver is getting ready to give them $200 million a year. Yes, give them $200 million a year. He sees how all these teams are being run from afar. And now that Caitlin Clark's here, the microscope is on these managers, on these owners, on these GMs, on these presidents like it has never been on them before. So is this subtle? Is this sort of like a wink and a nod saying, hey, Kathy, you want this 200? Some of these organizations are going to need to clean up their act. Some of these front offices are going to need to clean up their act, because I'm seeing what's going on in Indiana Fever. That one right there, that one needs to go. just speculation. That is literally just me speculating. I don't know how much longer Adam Silver can just idly sit by as the league continues to plunge itself further and further down. Caitlin Clark is all they have right now. Yes, a little bit Angel Reese, but that's it. That is it. And now that people have arrived, and now that people are watching and seeing how incapable Kathy Engel Braindead really is, I don't know if Adam Silver just wants to hand over $200 million without some significant changes taking place. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. The Fever are in the playoffs. We have clinched. I'm expecting Kelsey Mitchell to go crazy in the playoffs. It's going to be insane. That's what I'm expecting. Caitlin Clark, I'm expecting what we've been seeing. 25-10 consistently. 25-10-5 actually, consistently. They go head-to-head against the Los Angeles Sparks tonight. Again, not a must-win, but we need to beat the teams that we are supposed to beat. And the Los Angeles Sparks are just another team that we are supposed to beat. Let the good times continue to roll in for the Indiana Fever. Let the good times continue to roll in for us fans, right? We're having a good time. This has been a whirlwind of a season. From 1-8 to 2-10 to clinching a playoff berth to being one of the scarier teams in the playoffs. Appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you so much for all the overwhelming support. We are in the venue tonight. CBS, League Pass, the venue is the place to be. Talk to you guys later.